Imagine being a child, and every page and every book and every word is a battlefield. And more the words you see, they are all the enemies as well. So reading was not a good thing. See, back in the day, words like dyslexia and ADD weren't common practice like they are today. What they would simply do is put children like me and others into these special classes. I was at a point where I was defeated because no one wants to be pulled to the side and told that they're inadequate. So it was a very dark place for me. But I do recall one time in the science class where I was posed with this word. It was called photosynthesis. It's a 14-letter word, right? So I'm looking at this word and it's antagonizing me because I'm like, I will not be able to spell this word, let alone tell what it is. But I was determined at that time to not continue to live in shame as I had been. So I looked at the word and I began to tear it apart. I began to dissect it and put it into pieces that I could understand. And I broke the word down. And before you know it, I had deconstructed it. And then before you know it, I understood it. And then at the end, I owned it. Yes, I overcame that word. And what it did to me, you guys, it inspired me to a different level. Because at that time, I realized that I wasn't stupid, but I just learned differently. And it took me from having no voice to reclaiming my voice. And what I want to say to you, and you said, well, Sharon, what does this mean for me? What it means for you is just that if I can do that, if I can overcome this reading disability, so can you. And I'm going to prove it to you today because I'm going to share with you 3 steps that helped me that I think will help you. It's called the FBR method. F stands for face your fears. We've got to face our fears. We've got to challenge them. The things that frighten us or the things that are keeping us back. So I would like to challenge all of you today to identify at least one fear that's holding you back. Our second step, number 2, which is B, it is break down things into manageable pieces. When I was overcome with that word, I broke it down into smaller parts so I could understand it. And we need to do that sometime with some of the things that we are challenged with. So I'd like to challenge you today to come up with that one thing you've been procrastinating about that you could have done, but you haven't done it because it's so overwhelming. And I would like for you to assign that. And then over the next 30 days, come up with some actionable steps, little steps that will lead you to the process of obtaining that goal. Okay, and our last section are recognizing your strengths. We all have strengths, don't we? Once you recognize your strengths, you can use them in the capacity that suits you and your community. So what I'd like for you to do over the next 30 days as well, make a list of all your strengths. It's the first part. And the second part I'd like for you to do is, how can you use that strength to serve others? Because when we serve others, that's when we are most enlightened. See, mindset is everything. How we think about ourselves determines what we do. When I thought that I was a kid that didn't know anything, that impacted me. But when I realized I could do other things as well. So at Embracing Abundance Life Coaching, it's my business. I solidify that term that says, listen, I'm here to serve, but I'm here to also help those aspiring entrepreneurs and emerging leaders, taking the by the hand, letting them see their value, also helping them find clarity in what they do, marketplace principles, but also the main thing I do is give them abundance techniques that are faith-based, because that's the way that I operate. So I love to serve. Listen, I'd like to challenge you, those that you have, if you have a mess, turn it into a message. If you have a pain, turn it into purpose. You want to use your story for His glory. And everything that life serves you up, good or bad, use it to benefit you. Thank you. My name is Sharon Baker. You can find me at embracingabundancelifecoaching.com. And I'm also on the social media platforms of LinkedIn, Facebook, and Instagram. Have a blessed night.